morning children. How are you all? Stay home, stay safe. Today's class we will discuss about chapter 2 in biology. What is the name of the chapter? It is microorganisms, friend and foe. What is called foe? It is enemy. How microorganism helps us to and microorganisms harmful to us. So in this chapter we will discuss about microorganisms, how they are useful to us and how they harmful to us. Okay, that is called foe. Foe means enemy. Okay. See, in this chapter we will discuss about what are all microorganisms and uses of microorganisms, harmful microorganisms, food preservation and nitrogen cycle. First we will discuss about microorganisms. What is called microorganisms? We have seen so many plants and animals with the help of our eyes. Have you seen microorganisms? No. Why? Because microorganisms are very small in size. We cannot see with the help of our eyes. We can use microscope to find the microorganisms. For example, I can say one example. During a rainy season, a moist bread. Did you see the moist bread? Some white patches appear on the bread. What it is? It is microorganism. Okay, so microorganisms are very small in size. We can't see with the help of our eyes. We can use microscope to see the microorganisms. And what are the examples of microorganisms? See, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, algae and viruses are the examples of microorganisms. Okay, come children, let us see detailedly about microorganisms. First we will discuss about bacteria. It is also a microorganism. We can't see the bacteria with the help of our eyes. Microorganisms are also known as microbes. Micro means very small. Okay, so we can't see the organisms with the help of our eyes. We can use microscope to see the organisms. See, what is called bacteria? It is a unicellular organisms. Okay, and live everywhere including extreme conditions like hot spring, desert, snow and deep ocean. It can live in hot season and cold season also, and it can live in the desert also. Do not have a definite nucleus. It doesn't have defined nucleus. Okay, and it cause typhoid, tuberculosis, TB, etc. Okay, it can cause typhoid and tuberculosis. So these are all the bacterial diseases, typhoid and TB. It is a unicellular microorganisms. Okay, the next one, fungi. It is also a microorganisms. It is small, filamentous, branched, spore-bearing, heterotrophic organisms that lack chlorophyll. We already know that what is called heterotrophs. The animals they cannot make their own food are called heterotrophs. Why they are called heterotrophs? They doesn't have chlorophyll. But plants, think about plants. They make or synthesize their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Why? Because plants have chlorophyll. That is a green pigment present in the leaves are called chlorophyll. So all the plants have chlorophyll. So they make their own food. But think about other animals and human beings. They doesn't have chlorophyll. So they depend on other animals for the food. So they are called heterotrophs. Okay, so fungi also called heterotrophs. Why? Because they doesn't have chlorophyll. So they doesn't make their own food. Okay, the next one, mostly multicellular organisms. Okay, the next one, use decaying organic material as food and are therefore called saprophytes. We already know that fungi is a heterotrophic nutrition. Why? Because it depends on other animals, other plants. See how they get their food means from decaying organic material only they can get the food items. So they are called heterotrophs and also called saprophytes. The examples of fungi are penicillium, yeast and mucor. Okay. some parasitic plants. So they are called heterotrophs. Okay, the examples of Protozoa are Euglena and Pathogenic. And the next one, Algae. It is aquatic photosynthetic organisms. Did you see the algae? It is green in color. Why? Because it contains chlorophyll, so they can make their own food. So it is called photosynthetic organisms. With the help of chlorophyll present on the leaves, it can make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So it is photosynthetic organisms. It is found in unicellular to multicellular form. It may be in unicellular or uni means single cell, or it contains more than one cell. That is called multicellular forms. And the next one, it is characterized by the presence of chlorophyll but lack characteristics of terrestrial plants. Okay, and the examples are all of algae are Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. These are all green plants. It contains chlorophyll, so they make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. It may be in unicellular or multicellular forms. So this is about algae. And the next one, virus. See, it is a submicroscopic infectious agent which cannot reproduce outside a host cell. It can reproduce inside the host cell only. Okay. When inside the cell, they take over the machinery of the host cell to replicate themselves, killing the host. For example, a best example is coronavirus. It cannot reproduce outside the human body, but once it enter into the human body, it multiplies and it can kill the humans. Okay, so it is the best example of virus. So it is a submicroorganism infectious agent which cannot reproduce outside a host cell. Once it enters into the host cell, it can reproduce and killing the host. Okay. See, common diseases caused by viruses are cold, influenza, polio and chickenpox. These are the diseases caused by virus. It is also a microorganism. The next one. See, which is a photosynthetic microorganism? Bacteria, virus, algae. Which one? I'll give hint. It is found in moist area. You already know that algae only have green pigment, green in color, so it have chlorophyll. So which is a photosynthetic microorganism? It is algae. So what is the answer? It is algae. Algae are found in unicellular to multicellular form. It may be in unicellular or in multicellular forms. They are found in aquatic habitat. That is, aquatic means water. They grow on water means. And they are photosynthetic organisms. They have green pigments, so they can make their own food. So they are photosynthetic organisms. And algae are characterized by the presence of chlorophyll but lack of characteristics of terrestrial plants. But in terrestrial plants, they doesn't have chlorophyll. But in general, algae have chlorophyll, so they make their own food. Okay, the next one. Let us see the animation of habitat of microorganism. I will show one video. You have to see. Look at the video, children.
Microbes are very small living organisms that can be seen only by microscope, which magnifies their image so we can see them. Microorganisms occur in an amazing variety of shapes and sizes, and they are divided into one of 5 groups: pathogen, virus, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Bacteria are found in every habitat on Earth, for example, rock, oceans, and even Arctic snow. Bacterial cells are also found in the lining of intestinal tract. Some bacteria live in the soil or on dead plant matter where they play an important role in the cycle The other microorganisms are viruses. They can be filamentous, helical, complex, spherical, and icosahedral in shape. Viruses are minute organisms virtually found in every ecosystem on Earth. A virus is a microscopic organism that can replicate only inside the cells of a host organism. Fungi can be single-celled or very complex multicellular organisms. They are found in any habitat but most live on the land, mainly in soil or on plant material. A growth mold that decomposes grows in the soil or on dead plant matter where they play an important role in the cycling of carbon and other elements. Protozoa are single-celled organisms. They are found in different shapes and sizes, ranging from an amoeba, which can change its shape to paramecia, with its fixed shape and complex structure. They are mostly found in moist habitats, including freshwater, marine environments, and the soil. Algae can exist either as single cells, example, Microorganisms, or joined together in chains like Spirogyra are made of many cells. Rows that live in fresh or seawater where they can either be free-floating, planktonic, or attached to the bottom. Some algae can grow on rocks or soil as long as there is enough moisture. A few algae form very close partnerships with fungi to form lichens. Microorganisms play a very important role in our lives. Some microbes cause disease, but the majority are completely harmless and are useful in pharmaceutical and baking industry.
So this is about microorganisms. So microorganisms are very small in size. We cannot see it with the help of our eyes. Which device we can use to see the microorganisms means? We can use microscope to see the microorganisms. So what are the examples of microorganisms? It is bacteria, virus, fungi, algae and protozoa. Okay, the next one.
Let's study about some useful
Useful microorganisms. See, microorganisms have both beneficial and harmful effect on our life. Some of the microorganisms help to us, but some causes diseases. Okay, so they have both useful and harmful to us. See, microorganisms are used for various purposes such as preparation of curd, bread, cake, alcohol, wine, acetic acid. Another name of acetic acid is vinegar, etc. For example, we have to make curd now. With the help of bacteria, the milk is converted into curd. So some of the microorganisms are helpful to us. And also for making bread, cake, alcohol, wine and acetic acid. So these are all the uses of microorganisms. See, curd preparation. Which is present in milk means lactose. Lactose is present in milk. Milk can be converted into curd by bacteria. So which microorganism convert milk into curd? It is bacteria. And lactobacillus bacterium, which bacteria? Lactobacillus. Okay, so lactobacillus bacterium converts the lactose into lactic acid, which imparts sour taste. What is the taste of the milk? Curd. It is sour in taste. So which or fungus. It can reproduce very quickly. When added to dough, it produces which gas? Carbon dioxide gas during respiration. Carbon dioxide fills the dough and causes an increase in the volume of dough. So this is called rising of dough. This dough can be used for making bread and cake. For this only the bread and cakes are very soft. Why? Because which gas evolved? Carbon dioxide gas evolved and makes the bread and cakes very soft. Okay. The next one. Commercial use of fermentation. Fermentation is the process of conversion of sugar into alcohol. Make a note. What is called fermentation? It is the process of conversion of sugar into alcohol through the action of yeast. We already know that yeast is a microorganism, especially it is a fungi. Okay, in an anaerobic condition, so that is called fermentation. So the fermentation is the process of converting sugar into alcohol with the help of what microorganism? With the help of yeast. Okay. So Louis Pasteur discovered fermentation in 1857. So who invented the fermentation process? Louis Pasteur. Which year? 1857. Okay. The next one. Yeast converts sugar into ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. So which microorganism used here? Yeast. It is a fungi. It converts the sugar into what alcohol? Ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide. So this process is called fermentation. See, yeast is also used for the commercial production of alcohol and wine. Yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice and crushed fruit juices, etc. In general, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice and crushed fruit juices, etc. So these are all the commercial uses and the process of fermentation. And the next one, medical use. How microorganisms used in medical. See, microorganisms also play an important role in the production of chemicals which can kill the disease-causing microorganisms. So it is used in the medicals also. It can kill the germs, that is disease-causing virus or microorganisms. Such chemicals are marketed as medicines called antibiotics. We can call these microorganisms as antibiotics. These substances are responsible for killing or stopping the growth of disease-causing microbes. Okay, so these antibiotics can kill the or can stop the growth of microorganisms. The examples of these microorganisms are streptomycin and tetracycline. Okay, so microorganisms are used in antibiotics. What is the use of antibiotics? It can kill or it can stop the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. The examples are streptomycin and tetracycline. So this is the medicinal use of microorganisms. The next one, first antibiotic is penicillin. See, Alexander Fleming discovered this in 1929. So who invented the first antibiotic? It is Alexander Fleming. Which year? 1929. The name of that antibiotic is penicillin. See, he is the Alexander Fleming who invented the first antibiotic in 1927. See, antibiotics should be taken on the advice of qualified doctor. We cannot eat more antibiotics without the prescription written by the doctor. The course of antibiotics must be completed. It should not be taken in wrong doses or when not prepared, as it may prove to be ineffective when actually prepared. We eat more antibiotic means it can cause us side effects. So without medical subscription, you cannot eat antibiotics. If taken unnecessarily, it may kill the beneficial bacteria in our body. They are ineffective against cold and flu as they are caused by virus. So these antibiotics are ineffective against cold and flu as they are caused by viruses. The next one, vaccine. See, Edward Jenner discovered vaccine in 1796 for protection against smallpox. So, who invented vaccine? It is Edward Jenner. In the year 1796. Vaccines are prepared from the killed or attenuated microorganisms. From where vaccines are produced means it is prepared from the killed or attenuated microorganisms. From killed microorganisms only vaccines are produced. See, after the introduction in the human body, they stimulate the formation of antibodies which provide immunity against microorganisms. So, what is called antibody? We can provide immunity to the disease-causing microorganisms. So, who invented the vaccine? Edward Jenner in the year 1796. See, what is called antibodies? Antibodies are produced in our body when the disease-causing microbes enter in it. So, antibodies are present inside our body. So, it is produced in our body when a disease-causing microbe or microorganism enters in it. These antibodies remain in the body for our protection if microbes enter again. So, it remains in our body. It can fight against the entering microorganisms. See, these antibodies fight and kill the microorganisms when they enter the body. What is the role of antibody? It can fight and kill the microorganisms when they enter the body. See, these are all the examples of antibody. When the microorganisms or microbes enter into our body, it fights or kills the microorganisms. That is the role of antibody. It is present in our body. When it will produce, when a disease-causing microorganisms enters into our body. Okay, the next one. The next topic is use of vaccine. See, many diseases can now be prevented by the use of vaccines. Vaccines are called injections. See, examples of chickenpox, diphtheria, hepatitis, measles, etc. So, many diseases can now be prevented by the use of vaccines. In Pulse Polio program, the polio drops which are given to children are actually a vaccine. Okay, what is the use of vaccine? It can prevent the diseases like chickenpox and polio, etc. Okay. The next one, increasing soil fertility. What is called fertility? See, fertility of the soil requires constant supply of proper amount of organic and inorganic nutrients. Okay, we already know that the difference between manure and fertilizers. Manure are the organic compounds. They are produced generally in the field by the farmers. But inorganic compounds are made by factories like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, NPK. Okay. So, fertility of the soil requires constant supply of proper amounts of organic and inorganic nutrition. What is the use of these nutrients? It helps the plants to grow strong, helping the growth of crops. The next one, the availability of both organic and inorganic nutrients determines the fertility of the soil. Bacteria and blue-green algae help in increasing the soil fertility by fixation of nitrogen in the soil. So, which microorganism helps in the fixation of soil? It is bacteria and blue-green algae help in increasing the soil fertility by fixation of nitrogen in the soil. The next one, microbes involved are called biological nitrogen fixers. If the nitrogen is fixed by the help of microorganisms means then they are called biological nitrogen fixers. So, this is about increasing soil fertility. So microorganisms are also used in increasing the soil fertility. The next one, nitrogen fixation in soil. See, nitrogen gas present in the atmosphere is absorbed by blue-green algae and cyanobacteria, and it is converted into the usable nitrogen compounds. Okay, so the nitrogen, the most 78% of the air is filled with nitrogen gas. That nitrogen gas is in the unusable form. So which microorganism converts this into usable form means the blue-green algae. See, this is the blue-green algae, and cyanobacteria like rhizobium fix the nitrogen. Okay, so convert the nitrogen gas into nitrogen compounds. These nitrogen compounds are absorbed by the plants for the better growth. So this is called nitrogen fixation in the soil. So which microorganisms helps to fix the soil? It is blue-green algae plus cyanobacteria. The example of cyanobacteria is rhizobium. The next one, cleaning the environment. How microorganism helps to clean the environment? See, microorganisms decompose the plant and the animal waste and ultimately convert them into manure. Okay, and the microorganism decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals and convert them into simple substances. These simple substances are again used by other plants and animals. And microorganisms are used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. In such a way, microorganism helps us to clean the environment. First, it decomposes the plant and animal waste, and from that we can get the manure. It is used for the betterment of crops. And microorganisms decompose dead organic waste plant and animals and convert them into simple substances. These simple substances are again used by plants and animals, and can degrade the smelly substances and clean up the environment. In such a way, microorganism helps to clean the environment. Okay, and the next one. See the question. Which of the following disease can be prevented by vaccine? It is diabetes, polio, common cold. Which one? Hint, 2 drops of water. It is polio. So, see, the answer is polio. Vaccines are prepared from the killed or attenuated microorganisms. What is the use of microorganisms? That is vaccine. After the introduction in the human body, they stimulate the formation of antibodies which provide immunity against microorganisms. The antibodies are produced in our body itself. When the disease-causing microorganism enter into our body, it can fight or kill the disease-causing microorganisms. That is called antibodies. Many diseases can be prevented by the use of vaccines. Example, polio, chickenpox, hepatitis, etc. Okay, and the next one. Up to this, we discussed about the useful of microorganisms. How microorganisms helps us. Okay, they helps us in the baking, and they clean up the environment, and they are also used in medicines. Like we have to use microorganisms to prepare vaccine. And the next topic is how microorganisms harmful to us. So only our topic is given microorganism, friend and foe. How it is harmful to us, that is enemy. Foe means enemy. How they affect us. So see, we are surrounded by microorganisms, isn't it? Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Many microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, crop plants and animals. Whether they are useful, but most of the microorganisms are harmful to us. They can produce diseases and it can affect the crop plants and animals also. See, disease-causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Make a note, disease-causing A pathogen causes a specific disease, that is a different disease are caused by different kinds of germs. The germs are called pathogens. They can cause a specific disease. So the disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Okay, the next one. Disease causing microorganism in human. How they cause diseases in humans? See, in humans, infectious diseases are spread by contaminated food, water and air. Infections can also spread by inhaling droplets present in moisture released from an infected person. So how one person get infected means in the presence of that is the inhaling droplets present in moisture released from an infected person. Microbes can also enter through a wound or sore by physical contact. So in this way the microorganisms will enter one person to other persons. The next one, infectious and non-infectious diseases. What is called infectious diseases? A disease transferred from one person to another is called infectious diseases. The examples are tuberculosis, TB, cholera and chickenpox. So a disease transferred from one person to another is called infectious diseases. What is called non-infectious diseases? It may develop when the body is not functioning properly. For example, the non-infectious diseases are allergies, cancer, vitamin deficiency like rickets, scurvy, loss of vision are called deficiency diseases, vitamin deficiency and mental illness. So this is about infectious and non-infectious diseases. The next one, pathogen-carriers. The other means are vectors. We already know that what is called pathogens. The disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. See, some insects and animals act as carriers of disease causing microbes. Example, housefly. See, pathogen sticks to the body of housefly when it sits on the garbage or excreta. What is called pathogen? The disease causing microorganism. These disease causing microorganism sticks to the body of housefly when it sits on the garbage or excreta. Why? Because these microorganisms present in the garbage. When this housefly sits on the garbage, it sticks to the body of the housefly. Okay. When flies sit on uncovered food, they transfer the pathogen. When this housefly sit on the uncovered food, it transfers the pathogen into the food item. So the person who eats this contaminated food falls ill. When a person eats that uncovered food items, definitely he will fall ill. Okay, so in this way, the housefly can transfer the this is causing microorganisms. So they are called vectors, that is pathogen-carriers. Okay, the next one. How we can control the pathogenic vector? See, female Anopheles mosquito and female Aedes mosquito are carriers of malaria and dengue, causing pathogens respectively. See, malaria and dengue are spread out by female Anopheles mosquito and female Aedes mosquito. Since all mosquitoes breed in water, so water should not get collected in coolers, tires, flower plots, etc. So to avoid such diseases, we have to take some steps. What can we do? We have to we should not get collected in coolers, that is water should not get collected in coolers, tires and flower pots, etc. Okay, so mosquito breeding can be prevented by keeping the surroundings clean and dry. So from in this way we can control the pathogenic vector. See, this is the female Anopheles mosquito and female Aedes mosquito. These two mosquito are pathogen carriers. It can carry what disease? Malaria and dengue. So we have to avoid such diseases by this way. And the next one, some common human disease. See, this is human disease. Which microorganism, mode of transmission, preventive measures. How we can prevent these diseases from microorganisms. See, measles. What is the first disease? It is measles. It is caused by the microorganism of virus. Mode of transmission, it transforms one person to other by air. So, and the next one is polio. It is also caused by a microorganism virus. It is transferred by air or water. And chickenpox. It is also caused by virus. It is transferred through air or physical contact. How we can avoid these diseases? We have to keep the patient in complete isolation, and vaccination to be given at suitable stage to prevent these diseases. And cholera. It is caused by the microorganism bacteria. Mode of transmission through water or food. And typhoid. It is also a bacterial disease. It is transferred from one person to other by water. So, how to avoid these diseases? We have to maintain personal hygiene and vaccination. So, this is about some common human disease. Next one, hepatitis. It is caused by the microorganism virus. The mode of transmission is water. How to prevent these disease? We have to drink boiled water and we have to vaccinate. And malaria. It is caused by the microorganism Protozoa. It is transferred through one person to other by mosquito. So, what are the preventive measures? We have to use nets or repellents, spray insecticides to avoid malaria. Okay, and the next one. This is causing microorganism in animals. See, many microscopic organisms are responsible for the spread of diseases within animal body. So, microorganisms not only affect the humans, but it can also affect plants and animals. Okay, see, some of the diseases in animals and their causative agents are anthrax disease in human and cattle. Which microorganism produce this anthrax disease means it is Bacillus anthracis. And foot and mouth disease of cattle by a virus. And the next one, this is causing microorganism in animals. What are the diseases? Anthrax disease in human and cattle, and foot and mouth disease of cattle. It is caused by microorganisms by animals. And the next one, this is causing microorganism in plants. How microorganism affects plants? Microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi and viruses cause infectious plant diseases. So, the microorganisms like bacteria, fungi and virus can also cause the diseases in plants. It can affect the growth of the plant. See, the disease caused by them can be detected by symptoms like wilting, yellowing, stunting and abnormal growth patterns. We can identify the disease of plants by abnormal growth of the crops. These microorganisms can be controlled by using chemicals which kill them. How we can control means we can use chemicals to kill the microorganisms. Next, let us see about the plant diseases. We already know that the microorganisms like fungi, protozoa and virus affect animals and plants also. Now we will discuss about the plant diseases. The first one is citrus canker. It is caused by a microorganism of bacteria. The mode of transmission, how it transfers from one plant to another means through air. Okay, so what is the plant disease? It is citrus canker. It is caused microorganism, virus. It is yellow vein mosaic of Fungi. And mode of transmission is insect. So these are all the plant diseases caused by the microorganisms of bacteria, fungi and virus. Okay, the next one, food poisoning. What is called food poisoning? See, acute illness which occurs within 1 to 72 hours of consuming contaminated or poisonous food causes food poisoning. It is caused due to the consumption of food spoiled by microorganisms that produce toxic substances. What is called food poisoning means it produces some microorganism inside the food and the food becomes poisonous. That is called food poisoning. Okay. What are all the symptoms? If one person eat food poisoning food means he is affected by vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, nausea and fever, normally lasting for 1 to 7 days. So these are all the symptoms of food poisoning. The next one. So we have to, it is important to preserve food. We should not eat poisoning food. If we eat poisoning food means we will affect by these diseases, that is vomiting, diarrhea and pain in our stomach. So we have to avoid the contaminated or spoiled food. The next one. See the question. Which of the following is a viral disease? Rust of bee, anthrax, yellow vein mosaic of Fungi. See, rust of bee and yellow vein mosaic of Fungi are caused by a microorganism. It can affect the plants. And anthrax is the disease caused. It is affect the animals like cows and buffaloes. So what is the answer? Which of the following is a viral disease? The hint is transmitted through insect. It transmitted through insect from one plant to other. So what is the answer? The answer is it is yellow vein mosaic of Fungi. Fungi is a plant. It is a type of ladyfinger plant. Okay. So yellow vein mosaic of Fungi is the viral disease. See, rust of wheat is a fungal disease. It is caused. It is affect the plants. And anthrax is a bacterial disease. It affects the animals. And yellow vein mosaic of Fungi is a viral disease. Okay. The next one. Food preservation. How we can preserve the food? Why? Because if we eat spoiled food means we can affect by vomiting, diarrhea and stomach pain. Okay. So we have to preserve food. So what is called food preservation? See, the presence of microorganisms, enzymes present in food, insects, worms and rats cause spoilage of food. So by the process of food preservation, foods like fruits and vegetables can be prevented from getting spoiled. The color, taste and nutritive value of the food can be preserved. So if we preserve the food means what are the advantage? The foods like fruits and vegetables can be prevented and the color, taste and nutritive value of the food can be preserved. So these are all the uses of food preservation. And the next one. What are all the chemical methods of preservation? How we can preserve food by using chemical methods? See, chemical preservatives are responsible for the retardation or masking of the undesirable changes in food which may be caused by the microorganism. It can prevent the food from the microorganisms. Some of the chemical preservatives are common salt, sugar, oil and vinegar, sodium metabisulfate and sodium benzoate. So these are all the chemical preservatives. We can protect the food items from getting spoiled from the microorganisms. So what are the chemical preservatives? It is common salt. We can use in our kitchen now. That is called common salt. The chemical name of that salt is sodium chloride. So common salt and sugar, oil and vinegar, sodium metabisulfate and sodium benzoate. So these are all the chemical preservatives to prevent the food items. And the next one. See, common salt. Common salt is used to preserve meat and preservative. And the next one is sugar. This is also used to preserve the food items. Okay, and the next one, oil and vinegar. Oil present in the pickles prevents the entry and growth of microorganisms like fungi. Did you know when a pickle is kept in a moist air, it is getting some white patches on the pickle. Okay, so vinegar and oil prevents that yellow patches or white patches. These are the microorganisms. So it can prevent the microorganisms that growth on the pickle. So oil present in the pickles prevents the entry and growth of microorganisms like fungi. And the next one, vinegar. Vinegar helps in the preservation by increasing the acidity of the products, thus creating an unfavorable environment for the microbial growth. Why? Because in the acidic nature, the microorganism cannot grow. It can ban the growth of microorganisms. Okay, so these vinegar creates an unfavorable environment for the microbial growth. Okay, and the next one. So these are all the chemical preservative method. What can we use the chemical preservatives? We can use common salt, sugar, oil and vinegar in general. Okay. And the next topic is heat and cold treatment. See, growth of microorganisms can also be destroyed by heating process. By heating a food item or a substance, the microorganisms present in the food items can be destroyed. So growth of microorganisms can also be destroyed by heating process. During the process, the food is heated up to 100 degrees Celsius or above. If the food is heated up to 100 degrees Celsius means the microorganisms were killed. So use of freezing or lower temperature is also used for the preservative of the food. Whether we can use the heating method, that is a food item is heated up to 100 degrees Celsius or more than 100 degrees Celsius, the microorganisms can be destroyed. Or otherwise, what is the another method means we have to freeze the food items. So freezing means it is very high and cold. So the microorganisms present cannot lie in that feature. So it can destroy. So use of freezing or lower temperature is also used for the preservation of the food. Okay. And the next one, enzymatic reactions resulting due to the microbial growth are retarded at low temperatures. The lower the temperature, the greater is the retardation. So if you lower the temperature, the microorganisms present in the food items can be destroyed. So we can use this heating and cold treatment to kill the microorganisms. Okay. And the next one, pasteurization. What is called pasteurization? See, the process of pasteurization is named after Louis Pasteur. Why? Because he only invented this process. So it is also named as Louis Pasteur due to his important contribution in formulating this theory. So this theory, pasteurization, was invented by which scientist? Louis Pasteur. See, what are the steps in pasteurization of milk? First, milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds. So what is the first step? First step is the milk is heated to about how many degrees Celsius? Up to 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds. And the next one, then the milk is suddenly chilled to prevent the growth of microbes. Then they can freeze the milk to reduce the temperature. In this situation, the microorganisms present in the food items are destroyed. And pasteurized food substances then stored. So these are all the steps of pasteurization of milk. First, the milk is heated up to 70 degrees Celsius. Then the milk is suddenly chilled. Why? Because to prevent the growth of is faster. Okay, and the next one, storage and packing. See, packing and storage of food materials such as fruits and vegetables in airtight conditions protect them from the attack of microbes. Okay, so the food items like what? Fruits and vegetable. If fruits and vegetable are kept in airtight conditions, this also prevents the growth of microorganisms. Okay. See, this is a term for your turn. See the question. Optimum heating conditions required for pasteurization of milk are A. 70 degrees Celsius for 30 seconds, 30 degrees Celsius for 70 seconds, 70 degrees Celsius for 30 seconds. I'll give one hint. Below boiling temperature. It is below boiling temperature. So what is the answer? A, B or C? Definitely it is A. So first in the pasteurization process, the milk is heated up to what Celsius? 70 degrees Celsius. It is below the boiling point. Why? Because the boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. So 70 degrees Celsius is below the boiling point. So what is the answer? It is 70 degrees Celsius for 30 seconds. So here the process of pasteurization named after Louis Pasteur is used to destroy microorganisms. Pasteurization of milk requires heating and chilling. We have to heat up the milk up to 70 degrees Celsius and suddenly it is chilled in the chilled chamber. For what purpose? To prevent the growth of microorganisms. And the third one, first milk is heated up to 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds. Then the milk is immediately chilled to prevent the growth of microorganisms. So what is the answer? It is 70 degrees Celsius for 30 seconds. And the next one. The next topic is nitrogen fixation. What is called nitrogen fixation? See, all life forms require nitrogen compound. Do you know, children? In our air, the air contains 78% of nitrogen. So all life forms require nitrogen compounds. Air, which is 78 nitrogen gas N2, is the major reservoir of nitrogen. Most of the organisms cannot use free nitrogen, and to make it available for the use, it has to be fixed. So most of the organisms, that is the plants also require nitrogen for its growth. So it cannot use the nitrogen present in the air. So some compounds, some microorganisms helps the nitrogen to convert into nitrogen compounds. See, I told you some microorganisms helps them to convert into nitrogen compound. These nitrogen compound contains vitamins, proteins, chlorophyll, nucleic acid and hormones. It helps the crop or plant to grow stronger. So this process is called nitrogen fixation. See, process by which nitrogen is taken from its natural gaseous form nitrogen in the atmosphere and converted into nitrogen compounds. So the nitrogen gas that present in the air is converted into nitrogen compounds with the help of some microorganisms. That process is called nitrogen fixation. See, nitrogen can be fixed by bacterium like rhizobium, which shows symbiotic relationship and is found in the root nodules of leguminous plants like peas, beans, etc. I already told you some microorganisms that present in the plants, that live in the plant, convert the nitrogen present in the air to the nitrogen compound, that is usable form of nitrogen compound. From there the plant getting the nutrients for their growth. So which bacterium helps to convert the nitrogen present in the air to nitrogen compound? Note it down, it is very important. It is a bacteria. What is the name of that bacterium? It is rhizobium. Where the rhizobium lies? It lies in the root nodules of leguminous plants. See, peas, beans are called leguminous plants. These rhizobium bacterium lies in the root nodules of leguminous plants. Okay. And the next one, lightning. It also be the nitrogen present in the air can also be converted into nitrogen compound with the help of lightning. Okay. See, root nodules in leguminous plants. See, this is the leguminous plant of peas and beans. See, here this is called root nodules. These parts are called root nodules. In this root nodules, what bacteria lies? Rhizobium bacteria lies. What is the use of that rhizobium bacteria? It converts the nitrogen into usable nitrogen compounds. Okay. And the next topic is nitrogen cycle. See, results in the circulation of nitrogen in nature. Bacteria and fungi play important role in the nitrogen cycle. We already know that the bacteria like rhizobium helps the nitrogen present in the air to nitrogen compound. So, bacteria and fungi play an important role in the nitrogen cycle. It consists of chemical reactions by which atmospheric nitrogen deposited in the soil. How atmospheric nitrogen deposited in the soil? With the help of the bacteria. Rhizobium convert the air nitrogen present in the air to nitrogen compound. And nitrogen in the soil assimilated and metabolized by bacteria and plants. Nitrogen in living organisms return to the atmosphere. So this is nitrogen cycle. So in the nitrogen cycle, bacteria and fungi play an important role. Okay. Let us see one video about nitrogen cycle. See children.
Our atmosphere has 78% nitrogen gas, which is one of the essential constituents of all living organisms. As it is present in proteins, atmosphere has 78% nitrogen gas, which is one of the essential constituents of all living organisms. As it is present in proteins, vitamins, chlorophyll, and nucleic acid. Unfortunately, plants and animals are unable to utilize nitrogen gas directly but must obtain nitrogen in the form of nitrates. The process of converting nitrogen gas from nitrates is called nitrogen fixation. It is the major component of the nitrogen cycle. The nitrogen comes to the soil by means of lightning and rain. When lightning passes through nitrogen in the air, it converts nitrogen into nitrates. Certain nitrogen-fixing bacteria present in the soil and large roots nodules fix nitrogen from atmosphere and convert it into phosphor compounds, nitrate, which are released into the soil and water. The usable nitrates can then be absorbed by plants. Animals consuming the plants receive the nitrogen they need, which is then released back into the soil through either excretion or death. When plant or animal die, the bacteria and fungi present in the soil convert the nitrogenous waste, that is nitrites, which are produced by the decay of plants and animals into nitrates by nitrifying bacteria and then into nitrogen gas by denitrifying bacteria, which return to the air and is again used by plants and animals. Together, these four processes complete the nitrogen cycle.
So that's all our lesson, children. So in this lesson we discussed about microorganism, how microorganism helps to us and how microorganism harmful to us. Now it is the time for your homework, children. Note down your homework. 28 and find any 15 objective type questions with answers. You have to find one word answers. How many? 15. Okay.